Today we're going to talk about um, stress. Okay, not like not like study stress, not work stress, not family stress. Okay, we're going to talk about stress in English. Okay, because English, and I'm going to type this for you because maybe you want to Google this. Okay, but in English, we call it a stress timed language. Okay. A lot of other languages are what you call a syllable. S-Y-L-L-B-L-E. I'm spelling. Here's my secret. I'm not really good at spelling. Okay. Syllable time language. So, Spanish, um, Chinese, um, Brazilian Portuguese, not Spanish or not Portugal Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese, syllable timed. Um, but American English, well, all the English, but really American English is very strong. We have a stress time language. So let me show you what I mean. I've done some artwork for you. Did you know I'm an artist? I'm really good. Okay. I'm super talented. Okay. So, a lot of languages, like I said, Spanish, Brazilian Portuguese. I have a whole list. I kind of forgot. Okay. They look like this. And um, in English, if I speak like this, maybe I sound like an English teacher. But real Americans do not speak like this. Okay, so if it's syllable timed, it means that every syllable is equal. Okay, so I would talk like this, and every syllable has has the same amount of time. Okay, but English, no, 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 no. Other stress time languages are, I believe, Arabic is a stress time language. Usually, I think French. Any languages where you can really combine words, you can push words together. Like in French, you can just forget parts of words. I don't understand. um, okay, but English is more like this. I'm such a good artist, okay? Yeah, English is more like this. And sometimes both uh syllables or both words are important, but more in English. Um one syllable is stressed and the next syllable is not. Like teacher, teacher, right? So and then sometimes we're on a bike. I don't know. Okay. So in English, you have, I want you to have two ideas. Okay. You've got word stress. Okay. I need a little, oh, hello. I need like, on TikTok where you have the video you could put on your hand. Okay. So you have a word stress. Okay. And then in English, you also have sentence stress. Okay. So word level is just like, let's try together. Let's try together. The word information. Okay. First, I want you to type. The vocab word is information. So I want you to type how many syllables are in the word information. Hello from India. Awesome. Okay. Now I started our class because I was late and I was a little Nervous. So if you want to tell me what city you're from in the chat, tell me where you're from. I've got someone from Kashmir, India. I had a friend from Kashmir, India in college, and his food was very different from my other friend's food. Most of my friends in college were from Hyderabad. Yeah, from Hyderabad. So, in the chat, tell me where you're from. And my guess what? My friends from Hyderabad, they called me they called me Rani Didi. So I hope that makes you I hope that makes you laugh. So if you're from India, you understand what that means. But they didn't call me Ryan. They gave me a new name, which I thought was like I loved it. I thought it was amazing. Okay, so we've got someone from Kashmir, Argentina, awesome, and Panama. But you're in LA. Oh, you're super close to me. So I'm in San Diego. Awesome. Panama. That's awesome. Okay. So tell me how many syllables are in the word information? I have to hold on. I have to count. Oh, and someone from Brazil. This is perfect. Okay. Because Brazilians, well, and Javier from Panama. Oh, and Valentina from Argentina. This lesson is good for you because your first language is kind of different from English in this way. Okay. So, how many syllables in information? So, here, let me, Syllable. Okay. How many syllables? Yeah, guys, I should put my glasses on. Oh, look, now I can read. Okay. Yes, four. Four. So we have information. Information. It's how many syllables we have in the word information. And maybe your teacher taught you that one of the syllables, one of the four syllables, is stressed. So, information. So, now you're going to tell me which syllable do you think is stressed? Information. Is it information? Information. Oh, I did that wrong. Information. 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 Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so which syllable? You could put one, two, three, or four. Javier put mom, which I think you mean three. Information. So which one is stressed? One, two, three, or four? Now I'm going to give you a clue. Shun, which is Tion, shun is never stressed. Okay, there's four syllables, but that last one, the Tion, shun, we will not stress it. Never. So I will never say communication. Okay, so, but we will put the stress before the shun. Okay, every time. Yes. So it's information, information, communication, globalization. I need an easier word. Oh no, that's a harder word. Palatalization. Oh, sorry. Okay, so the stress is always going before the shun. Information, communication, separation. Okay, so that's word stress. So in word stress, one of the syllables in the word is always stressed. Now, what if I just have one syllable? Don't worry about it. Okay? If you have one syllable, don't worry. There's there's only one syllable, so there's no stress, okay? Now, so that is what we call word stress, okay? And you can learn in the dictionary, you can actually see where the stress is. Because I have students ask me, they say, Ryan, how am I supposed to know? How am I supposed to know where the stress is? The answer is sorry, the dictionary. Okay, so I have something on my glasses. Okay, so the answer is the dictionary. And Amit, hello, nice to see you kind of again. Um, so, what we're going to talk about next is sentence stress. This one is a lot, um, is a little bit more difficult. Word stress, you can hear it. Sentence stress is different, okay? And in the American accent, it's pretty important because why? We stress the important words. We stress the words with information, okay? The content words. And then the grammar words like to or in or the or a, all of these kind of grammar words, we connect. Okay. So maybe in your English class, maybe you talked about connected speech. Okay. Now I have like a whole lot of videos that after this class, I want to send you a lot of videos. That they're on YouTube. But here's the problem with YouTube. Um, it's hard to find what you're looking for sometimes. And so, what I want to do today for you, okay, is I want you, if you go and you put your email address in this website, if you put your email address here, then I'm going to send you an email with more videos to study these ideas. Because, like, if I'm going to learn, let's say I'm going to learn German, I've never studied German. Honestly, I don't know where to start. And I would love it if a German teacher told me, here are the videos I want you to study. So that's what I'm going to do for you. So if you want more videos after this class to kind of study, I know in my YouTube library which videos are going to help you. Okay, so I'm not going crazy. Okay, I'm not going to send you 100 videos, but ones that will kind of help you. So if you want to, you can put your email there, and I will send you like a review email at the end of class. Okay, so let's look at this idea of word stress. Now, I have here a proverb. Let me type that word for you. There's a good chance maybe you don't know the meaning of this word. A proverb is like a saying or sentence with some information about life. Okay, people who are famous for proverbs, Jesus, Moses, Gandhi, Muhammad. They're very famous for proverbs. The Dalai Lama, Buddha, super famous. Okay, that's a proverb. Okay, here's one. A change is as good as a rest. Now, we want to look for the content words, the words with the information. So, here, I should write on here. Oh no. Okay, so tell me which words are the most important. Okay, which words give you information? Like, for example, this word a, not very important. If I delete this word from the sentence, I can still understand the whole idea of the sentence, right? Like, this doesn't add very much information, right? Okay, so Valentina says change and good and rest. Okay. Did anybody else have ideas? I'm not going to tell you if Valentina is right or wrong because I want to give everyone a little bit of time to think. Okay. I'm going to drink my tea. Oh, sorry. Can't do this. Okay. So we have change, good, and rest. Okay. So get my highlighter because guess what, Valentina? I agree with you. I think you are correct. So, but you know what's interesting about this is this special word. This word, the orange one, is. Now, is in this sentence, this is the verb. Yeah? The verb is usually important. Okay? But this verb, not always, right? We can connect it to things. We can make a contraction with it. We can do all kinds of things. So, this word, the be verb, is not always super important. Okay. So if we're going to say this like an American, okay, if we're talking about a stress timed language, okay, not syllable timed. I know my artwork is amazing. Okay, not syllable timed. If we're going to put stress on here, this is going to sound like a change is as good as a rest. Okay, so you're here. So in your house, say it with me. A change is as good as a rest. Okay. And those three content words are going to be the loudest. And if I'm speaking fast, like not English teacher, just if I'm speaking fast, it's going to be a change is as good as a rest. Okay. A change is as good as a rest. Now, for you, okay? You don't have to sound like me. I don't need you to sound American, okay? But I do want you to stress the content words. A change is as good as a rest. Why? Because everybody who speaks English, we are used to this, okay? This is what we expect. If you speak like this, a change is as good as a rest. Actually, you're going to be harder to understand. And I know that sounds weird, but think of English, think of a new language more like music. Okay? It's not math, it's more like music. There's rules. We break the rules. It goes up and down. And so for you to sound more um, closer to a stress timed language, a change is as good as a rest. And this, change it to a. A change is as good as a rest. As a, as a. Okay, so we're going to take those A's and we're going to use what your teacher will probably tell you is called the schwa sound. Okay. Can you read that? SCHW. I know it's a strange word. You don't need to know this word, in my opinion, but you might see it in a textbook. You might hear it from your teacher. And it's just when we take the word a and we go, like someone's punching us in the stomach. Okay. Uh, a change. A change is as good as a rest. A change is as good as a rest. So that is how we would read this sentence in stress time language, okay? So we would not say a change is as good as a rest. A change is as good as a rest. A change is as good as a rest. Okay, let's try another one. I have lots of papers here. Oh, there it is. Let's try one more. One more proverb. Okay. To improve. This is really hard for me to read backwards. I'm like, to improve is to change. To be perfect is to change often. Okay. Now, if you've been studying English, you're like, whoa, 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 Ryan, hold on. Hold on. There's a T in that word. Often. Okay. Now, technically, the dictionary wants you to say often, but so many people say often, that nobody cares. Okay. So you say often, you say often, nobody cares. Okay. So you choose what you like. Okay. To improve, so we're going to start here. To improve is to change. Now you tell me in the comments here, type for me, which words are important. And I'm going to move my neck. It's very tight. Okay. To improve is to change. So tell me what word or what words are important. Which words are going to be stressed? Okay, which words can I hear? Which words are louder, are more clear? I hope you're typing for me. Hello, are you there? Okay, so I want the important words. The important words. I have one vote for 2. Okay, I need more words. I need more words. Okay, improve. Okay, so we've got to vote for improve and change. Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay, improve, change. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. We're gonna do this one. I'll come back to your answers for that one. Okay, so we have some votes, and I agree with them. I agree. Let me give you my answers. Hold on, I have to color. Okay, to improve is to change. Okay, now, again is not stressed. I know this is the verb, but it's not stressed. So let's practice this. To improve is to change. To improve is to change. And this, okay, right here, to improve, we are going to connect these sounds. We're going to connect these sounds because of these vowels. So I have an O here and have an I here. And vowel to vowel, we have a lot of connection there. To improve is to change. To improve is to change. And this word, to, can sometimes sound, in the American accent, can sound like "tuh." Like to improve is "tuh," is "tuh." Okay, it's usually when it's in the middle of a sentence. you can hear this one is more clear. To improve is to change. But most Americans are going to change this to a tuh. And depending on where you are from in America, that will change a lot. Okay? If you're from the South, it's to improve is to change. Okay? If you're from New York, I have a bad accent for New York. Okay? But it's going to be a different sound, kind of depending on where your teacher is from, if you have an American teacher. Now, if you're in California, I forgot who's in California. I'm scrolling. Javier. Okay. Javier is in California, and your teachers from California will be a little bit more clear. Okay, because California has a lot of immigrants and a lot of Spanish speakers. Um, the accent in California is like a little bit more international, in my opinion. They're a little bit easier for international students to understand. Okay, and every region in the United States has their own accent, and they can be really fun. So I might, if you want to, I can put my favorite video about American accents in the email I'm going to send you. So if you're just joining us, okay, if you're joining us after this class to study more of these ideas, I'm going to send you an email. And I'm going to add my favorite American accent video. It's really, in my opinion, it's very funny. You know, you might check it out. Okay, now let's go on. To be perfect is change often. Okay, so tell me on this second line, which words do you think will be stressed? Which ones do you think will be stressed? To be perfect is to change often. To be perfect is to change often. Okay, I've got one vote for perfect. I like it. I like it. Okay, I've got a vote for change from Mod. Okay, let's see. If anybody else has an idea which words are important, which words are going to have that stress. Okay, Mod says is. Okay, Valentina, be perfect, change often. Maybe. We're not sure about often. Okay, let me give you my answers. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Now, this first part, to be, okay? To be is it's grammar, right? It's the be verb, okay? So perfect change often, right? So to be perfect is to change often. Okay, so try it with me. To be perfect is to change often. And that is changing again to t. To be to be to be perfect is to change often. So we have to be perfect is to change often. To be perfect is to change often. I should go this way. To be perfect is to change often. Okay. To be perfect is to change often. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Now we are going to do another thing. Maybe if you watch my channel, if you see me on Instagram, you might have seen me do this. Okay. So, this is a common exercise to talk about stressed words. Okay. So, first, number one, we have this easy sentence: cats chase mice. Subject, verb, object. It's like a basic English sentence: subject, verb, object. Okay. But this verb is different. Okay. Let me tell you what I mean. In this sentence, the verb is. And it's common that the verb is will be connected or it won't be stressed, because it gives us grammar. We know it's third person singular. We have to have it. We need it. English always needs a verb. Always, always. But this verb, grammar. This verb has information. I know that the cats are running after the mice. Okay, so there's more information. So we have cats chase mice. Subject, verb, object. Now, number two, we're going to add words. The cats have chased them. Oh, oops, mistake. The cats have chased mice. Okay, so we're adding the and we're adding have. Now, have here is just grammar. It's just changing the verb tense, right? So the cats have chased mice. But you see that stress is still on subject, verb, object. The cats have chased mice. Okay, number three. The cats will chase mice. Okay, at this point, I think it's easy. It's easy for me. It's easy for you. But I hope you are speaking with me. I cannot hear you. I can't hear you. But I hope that you are speaking with me and snapping together. Okay. And your roommate or your neighbor is thinking, who are they talking to? Okay. You're talking to Ryan, of course. Okay. The cats, oh, I messed up. The cats will chase mice. So, number three, the cats will chase mice. Okay. We're okay. We're doing okay. But, uh-oh. Number four, guess what? We're getting harder. The cats have been chasing the mice. Okay, now, if I, thank you, Valentina, for speaking to me on YouTube Live. Okay, now, if I come from a syllable stressed language, Spanish, um, Spanish, Brazilian Portuguese, a lot of like Japanese, Korean, Chinese, they all have they're kind of like this, okay? If I come from this language, I want to read this. The cats have been chasing the mice. The cats have been chasing the mice. Okay? But that is not what a native speaker does. So, why do we care? Why do we care what native speakers do? Why? I don't know. No, I know why. Because learning how a native speaker actually speaks is very important for listening. Okay? If you want to understand a native speaker, you have to understand how real people speak. Okay? Now, do you have to sound like a native speaker? Like perfect? You need to sound like me? No. No, no, no. Okay? It depends on your goal. Okay? But my goal for you, my goal for you is that you would be easy to understand. Like, that's the goal, that your English is easy to understand. Okay? If you want to go and sound like a native speaker, awesome. That's awesome. It's a difficult goal. It is a difficult goal and it will take you years, okay? But I always talk to my students because there's so much pressure to sound like a native speaker and there's so many teachers on YouTube going, "Here's how you sound like a native speaker." And I it's like a very nice idea, okay? But I've been teaching for 8 years, like students, adult students for 8 years, okay? It is very difficult to sound native, but it's not as difficult to sound understandable. That's really what people want. They want to understand you easily. Part of that is this, okay? Because Americans, I mean, I just speak for Americans because I'm American, but native English speakers expect to hear the cats have been chasing the mice. The cats have been chasing the mice, okay? So native speakers expect to hear that. If they hear the cats have been chasing the mice, it's okay. They can understand you, okay? But they're having to work a little bit harder. They're having to listen like a little bit like close because it's not what they expect to hear. Okay? It doesn't mean they can't understand you, but it will help you if you learn this kind of rhythm. The cats have been chasing the mice. Okay? So you can sound native, okay? But I want you to take that stress, like take it off, okay? Don't make yourself crazy, okay? Don't stress yourself out thinking I have to sound native. Now, if you're going to be a medical doctor in the United States, call me. Call me because there are some jobs in the United States. If that's your goal, you want to work at NASA, you want to work in the American government, you want to be a medical doctor, yeah, we need to get you really, really close to native speaker English, okay? If you want to be an English teacher, yeah, like we need to talk, okay? But for 90% of my students, you really just need to be easy to understand. Now, to the difficult one. The cats could have been chasing the mice. Okay, here we go. Dun, da, 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 da. The cats could have been chasing the mice. The cats could have been chasing the mice. Okay. Are there English teachers there? Okay, Valentina, send me another message. I don't understand exactly what you mean. Okay, the cats could have been chasing the mice. So, could have been. How in the world? It's could have been. Could have been. So we take this have. We take this have and we make it uh. I know. I know. People, I know. The cats could have been. Could have been. Do I say that D on could? Sort of. Could have been. Could have been. Okay. Can you say that? Could have been. Could have been. Now, you can say could have been. Could have been. Okay? But you need to hear, you need to be ready to hear a native speaker say, I could have been famous. I could have been the president, right? It's like it's like talking about something that was possible, but you missed your opportunity. Okay? I could have won the lottery. That's a little bit different. Could have won the lottery. Okay? But the cats could have been chasing the mice. Now, you don't have to say could have been, but you have to hear could have been. And you have to say, oh, Ryan taught me that could have been is could have been. Okay. The cats could have been chasing the mice. The cats could have been chasing the mice. The cats could have been chasing the mice. Okay, easy. No, no, not easy, not easy. But this is the goal, or this is what you need to understand is that when when the words are just grammar, They're only there for grammar. They're only adding like a little bit of information. When it's just grammar words, we're going to push them together, okay? But these content words, subject, meaningful verb, object, those are going to be loud. Those are going to be easy to hear, okay? But you're going to have to focus on this part to kind of hear what a native speaker is saying, because every time they will push these words together because they're grammar, okay? Which is why if you're a really good speaker, you're a really good listener, sometimes it doesn't it doesn't translate into a good writer, because in writing all the words are important. All the grammar is important. Like, everything needs to be correct in writing, but in speaking, it's like it's like whatever. There's no it feels like there's no rules. There are rules, but in speaking, we have more flexibility. We have more fun. Okay? In writing, we're a little more uptight. Maybe you know this word. Uptight. We're a little more serious in writing, especially at work and at school. Now, I'm not talking about text messages, those are like totally whatever. Okay. Okay. So looking, if you are looking to improve really your speaking, your skills, anything, I teach online. And I just started doing it a few months ago, so I don't know if everybody knows. Um, so I teach online group classes, one on one classes. If you have some friends and you want to take a class with me, you can always just send me an email. Okay. Um, you can find it on my website and you can send me a message, because I am now teaching online and doing videos and all the things. Okay. So let's go on to our last thing. Okay. Woo! This is a lot. Oh, I can't erase it. Okay. Now, this is from a play. Okay. Maybe it's like a movie, but they're real people, right? Like theater. Okay. This is from a play from I should know this, like 1950s. Okay. So it's kind of old, but it's really famous. Okay. Now, in this play, since it's old, you're going to see some kind of culture stuff that doesn't exist anymore. Okay? Because in the past, and my students are always surprised, but in the past, in the United States, we were much more conservative. And if you wanted to go on a date, then your parents had to approve, and your parents maybe would invite them over for dinner. Um, so a lot has changed in the United States, but this is old, okay? But it'll be interesting. So we're going to look at this first one. You mean you've asked some nice man to come over? Okay, so A is for Amanda, and Amanda is single, so she's not married. Okay, so that's how you say I'm not married, is single. Now, me, I am married, so I would just say I'm married. Okay, you mean you've asked some nice man to come over. Now, what do you think are the important words in this first sentence? This is like more like a conversation. Okay, we started with the easy stuff, now we're getting more challenging. Okay, so you mean you've asked some nice man to come over. Now, why did she say you mean? Because she's checking for understanding. She's not sure. Maybe she's confused, but she's repeating what he said. You mean you've asked some nice man to come over. So type in the conversation. I'm going to say it like a native speaker, not an English teacher. And you're going to tell me which words were loud, which words were important. Okay, you ready? Native speaker, not English teacher. you Now I can't do it. Okay. You mean you've asked some nice man to come over? You mean you've asked some nice man to come over? Okay, so you tell me in the comments. You tell me what words sound the most clear when not English teacher Ryan, just weekend Ryan. You mean you've asked some nice man to come over? Okay, so tell me, give me a guess. Give me a guess. What do you think? Okay, we've got asked. You mean you've asked some nice man to come over? Okay, we've got one vote for asked. Now I'm trying to think. You mean you asked some nice man to come over? I agree with you. Okay, whoa, okay. Mean asked nice man come over. Come over. Yeah, definitely. Okay, everyone agrees come over. Okay, hold on, I'm drawing. Yay. Okay, yeah. Okay, so da, 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 da. We have nice man. What did I do with my glasses? Okay. I'm bad at wearing these. Okay. So you mean you've asked some nice man to come over? Now, come over has a question, right? So our intonation is going to go like this. Loop. You mean you've asked some nice man to come over? Okay. Good work. Then Tom says, "Yep." What's yep? It's just another way to say yes. It's like yeah, yep, sure, uh-huh. Yep. I've asked him to dinner. I've asked him to dinner. I've asked him to dinner. Okay, so tell me again which words are important. Yep, I've asked him to dinner. Yep, I've asked him to dinner. And I hope at home you're also repeating. Yep, I've asked him to dinner. I've asked him to dinner. Now, what's interesting here is, do you hear that letter? Yep, I've asked him to dinner. Okay, so this H, oh, hold on. I'm not left-handed. Okay. So this H is like almost deleted. And this too is a tuh. I've asked him to dinner. I've asked him to dinner. So we've got asked and dinner. Okay, yeah. Exactly. Okay. Yep, I've asked him to dinner. Yep, I've asked him to dinner. Now, yep, because it's like just one word, it will be kind of stressed. Okay. So technically, yes. Yep, I've asked him to dinner. Yep, I've asked him to dinner. Now, why is him not stressed? Why didn't I stress this? Because in our conversation, we already established that this nice man is coming to dinner. So this is old information. We already know in our conversation, we already know it's a man who's coming to dinner. So we're not going to stress it unless we don't like that man. And we say, "You've asked him to dinner?" And then I don't like that guy. What? You're like, Dad, why is he coming? No, not him. Okay. But in this sentence, we already know it's a man, so we're not going to stress this because it's old information. Yep, I've asked him to dinner. Okay, now, what's her name? Amanda, you really did. Okay, so what do you think? You really did? You really did? What do you think is stressed? What do you think is stressed? You really did? Okay, what are we trying to do? Okay, well, I'm glad you're liking it. Great question. Okay, what we're trying to do is we're trying to understand. Oh, sorry, let me put this here for the other people. So, you really did? We're trying to understand how a native speaker would say these sentences. Now, this is from a play. This is some old, famous, super famous American play. A play is like a movie, but with real people. And this is also a movie. But we're trying to understand which words would Americans say clearly. Because if we can understand kind of the rhythm of English, it's going to improve our listening skill. Okay. Yep, I've asked him to dinner. Okay. So we're understanding that him and to are not going to be loud words. Okay. Because in English, not all words are equal. No, 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 no. Okay. In other languages, yeah, the words, the syllables are equal, but not in English. Okay. Okay. So you really did? Valentina says really and did. And I agree. Okay. Now, why not you? Well, because it's a conversation. I'm talking to your face, right? You really did? Okay. And it's a question. Joop. So we're going up. You really did. I did. I did. Okay. Okay. We're going to keep going. Okay. Then we have Amanda. You did. And did he accept? You did. We're going to talk about this intonation. You did. And did he accept? Now, right here, this thing, this is just saying there's a big pause. You did. And did he accept? Okay, so which words are the most important? Which words can you hear clearly? You did. And did he accept? You did. And did he accept? So tell me, what do you think? Bum, 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 bum. This one has a lot of intonation because it's you really did? I did. You did. There's a lot of surprise, right? There's a lot of back and forth. This girl cannot believe that this nice man is coming to dinner. She's very surprised. Okay. You did. And did he accept? Yeah, all the dids. Okay. 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 So this is what I would say. You did. Okay. And this intonation's going down. You did. You did. And did he accept? We're going up. Did he accept? Because it's a question that she wants the answer to. It's not rhetorical. She needs an answer. You did. And did he accept? Now here I would connect because it's it's grammar. You did is like, wow, I'm surprised. You did. And did he accept? He did. Oh wow. Okay. Now Amanda says, well, well, well. She's really surprised. She doesn't know what to do. That's lovely. Okay, now we're not doing this one together because probably she's thinking, okay? She's thinking out loud. Well, well, well. That's lovely. Okay. Now we have a two-word sentence. So, of course, lovely. What does that mean, lovely? That's lovely. This is kind of older English, but people still say it. What does lovely mean? It's kind of like wonderful, or it could be beautiful, or nice. And it's like my grandma said it more in her life than I do. It's a little bit older English, but people still use it a lot. Okay, well, 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 that's lovely. Okay, back to Tom. I thought you would be pleased. Okay, so tell me what you think. Which ones are important? Sorry, I'm trying to hold this still, but it's kind of hard. I thought you would be pleased. Okay, so here's native speaker Ryan. I thought you'd be pleased. I thought you would be pleased. Now, if it's really me, I thought you'd be pleased. I'm going to use a contraction. I thought you'd be pleased. So tell me what words. Okay. We've got a vote for thought and pleased. Okay. I agree. And if we have you would, um, commonly we can say you'd. You'd. Okay. So I thought you'd be pleased. I thought you'd be pleased. Okay. So you could say, see how you would be. Those grammar words are pushed together. Okay. I thought you'd be pleased. Okay. Amanda says it's definite then. Now, what does she mean by definite? She means like it's 100%. Like it's real. Yeah. It's definite then. It's definite then, but it's a question. It's not a grammatically correct question. The grammar is not perfect, but remember, it's spoken English, guys. We can have fun. It's definite then. Very definite. Soon? Very soon. And then it goes on that he's coming tomorrow. And she, of course, is like panicked. Okay. She's like, oh no. Okay. So that is about the end of our class. Remember, I have a lot of videos on this that I want to send to you so that on your time you can go and study. So let me give you the link if you just joined us. Okay, so if you want me to send you an email with some more videos, you can go here to my website. You can put in your email address, and in a few hours, I'm going to send you an email with more videos so that you can practice these same ideas. Okay, and also, if you're interested in taking an online class with me, if you want some tutoring, I have tutored, I think it's like 500 hours. It might be more like 600. It's a lot. It's a lot of tutoring, a lot of teaching. So there's a good chance that if you need some help, like I can help you. Okay. I am not first a YouTube teacher. I'm I'm like I'm like okay at YouTube. I don't think I'm like really good at it. But sometimes I see teachers on YouTube. They're really good at YouTube. I don't know if they're really good at teaching, but they're like really good at YouTube. I'm the opposite. I'm good at teaching. I've been doing it for years and years. I'm okay at social media. Okay. So, and I just laugh and I keep trying. So I do have individual classes, but I also have group classes. And if you're interested and you're not sure, you want to know more information, you want to talk about times or days or whatever, that last link is like a Google form. And you can kind of go in and say, hey, this is the day I want, this is the time I want. And then we can talk more about that. And then, of course, last thing, if you say, "Wow, Ryan, I really enjoyed that lesson. That was amazing," uh, you can what's called buy me a cup of coffee. Um, I have this website. It's kind of fun. It's a way for people to just send like a few dollars just to say, "Hey, here's a cup of coffee because you really helped me." So I think that's fun because I like coffee. so, okay. So, I've got emails, I've got group classes, I've got coffee, and also, I'm going to keep doing these because I hope that they are helpful. I hope that they're helpful and they're kind of fun because I like teaching. so, thanks for coming. It's awesome to see you. And I will let you know when our next live lesson will be. I'll post it on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. And thanks, Valentina. You did really good. You had a lot of correct answers. So cheers to you. Okay. Oh, and hi, Lydia. I didn't see you there. So I will see you guys next time and I will let you know. So I'll see you online and have a great weekend. Okay, people, see you later.